So I was thinking about, like, who's it over for in the NFL? And, like, we were talking about how just there's, several bad teams in the league that were on display yesterday. And I don't know if you guys just want to start with the New York football teams.
I mean, I don't know.
Not name the Bills.
I don't know if you guys want to start with, will the New York Jets hit double-digit victories? Do y'all want to start with that in terms of how bad they are?
Window. That is out the window.
Okay. All right, good. All right. So we can move on from that.
We can move on from that.
Right. Wonderful.
I would say 9 seems out of the question, too.
That seems like the ceiling. That's the ceiling.
Ceiling. I would say 8 might be the ceiling.
Damn!
Like they got 3 wins, right?
They're brutal, man.
I mean, we went through the entire schedule.
Awful.
Yes.
I don't know.
They look awful.
How were they favored at Arizona? Like, they were not close at all in that game. And Rodgers looks old
and beat up.
Yeah, he does. Like, there's just no. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like the Rodgers we've seen before.
It's not even close. He's 3 years removed from the Rodgers that I think everyone expected. But what's more concerning is when there's miscommunication between him and Davante Adams. Not saying that Davante is going to know everything at this point, but he played with Aaron for years. And, it's a similar verbiage and offense that they've played in the past together with. And there's times where you see him, running up, and it looked like Rodgers was giving him a signal saying, hey, it's this. Because Davante Adams, the way he ran his route, kind of ran and obviously impacted Garrett Wilson's route. And Rodgers kind of throws up his hands, and he looks over, and he's like, it's this, not, whatever you were running. And you can see the frustration of Davante Adams. And it's in those moments you go, but this is what Rodgers wanted. This is what Aaron wanted. And now it's there, and they still can't figure it out.
It's what Davante wanted.
It's what both wanted in that case. But the reality is, it's more from the Jets' perspective, where they went all in on this, and it couldn't have gone any worse. I mean, let's just be real about it. You didn't get Rodgers at all last year because of injury. Now you get him this year, and the guy who was the head coach that co-signed to it, he gone. They've already made a change at play caller that has not done anything other than last week's win create somewhat of a little spark. But outside of that, I mean, it's like even when they're starting to run the football a little bit more, or at least attempt to early in games, there's this team seems dead. Like there's no energy or enthusiasm at all in any phase on all three sides of the ball. And I guess that should probably fall on Aaron Rodgers more than anyone else. That you're the leader. They're going to follow how you go. And I think he's prided himself on being more of this kind of level, cool, calm, always kind of zen type. It's like, no, man. It's okay to show emotion in football. Like, you all think about Braveheart. Think about any of your favorite movies. Gladiator. There's at some point in a passion speech where it needs to be made. And that's the hardest part, honestly, about being a leader as a quarterback is you can't allow your emotions to get the best of you and how you think and your decision making. But you sure as hell can act emotional towards your teammates because your linemen are fighting their ass off every single damn play. The defense is fighting their ass off every single damn play. And so your job may not require you to operate with that sort of emotion, but theirs sure as hell does. And they need to see it from you. Because if they don't see it from you, they're going to think it's okay. Or they need to live in this Zen world. And that's not what they're in, because they're in a street fight for 65, 70 plays a damn game. And so that's, to me, the biggest thing missing. We can talk about the Jets and the organization, all this crap, everything else. They have no energy. It doesn't look like they want to be there. It looks like they're punching the clock at a crappy job. And that's got to change, and it has to start with Aaron first before anyone else.
Well, let's hear from Aaron Rodgers, always energetic, always passionate following the game.
A lot of emotions this year, for sure. I thought, after a big win, nice long week, we were going to come out with a lot of energy and win the game, and we just, we didn't come out with great energy on either side of the ball. And offensively, you're not going to beat anybody scoring 6 points.
They got throttled. Like they were totally outclassed, totally out-physicaled, got beat every step of the way. They got annihilated yesterday. So that's a wrap.
The Texans just lost again. Like, I don't even know that you can really – it's a big win because they just haven't been able to win, but I don't even consider that to be at this point, I don't know how much of a quality win that is. I just think looking at it, I'm with Q on this. You can't keep saying, well, you can't win the game by scoring 6 points, this, that. Like, hey, bro, show a little bit of fire, show a little bit of intensity. Those guys are going to feed off of that. Guys will rally. You do have the type of personnel on that roster that if they did rally and was like, F it all, it's us against the world, it's just us. All we got.
His former coach tried to, and he shoved him away.
Dang. And then shoved him out.
Yeah.
Then just shove him away. Then he shoved him out the door. I don't know, man. I just know we're going through the teams. That's the number one team far and away. If there was a Heisman for disappointing, losing teams in the National Football League, the Heisman, the player, the team of the year, the MVP award, most valuable trash team goes to the Jets. And that's crazy because, listen, I think Carolina stinks. They got to win, but they stink. The Jets are easily the most disappointing team in the National Football League today. Not yesterday. Well, yeah, they were yesterday too, but today they're the most disappointing team.
More so than Dallas.
Dallas is up there. Dallas is up there. I think Dallas is the most intriguing team that's losing. That's a trash team. They're intriguing because this was a air quotes, all-in year for Dallas, which I don't see how you could come to the conclusion with the lack of moves that they made that this was an all-in year other than to say, hey, listen, all-in means you guys that are on this roster, y'all better win. That's coaching staff too. All-in, y'all better win or we're blowing it up. Maybe that's what all-in means to Jerry Jones for this season. I think they are a disappointing team, but I do not think that it's even close that they're more disappointing than the New York Jets because that Jets defense is loaded. On offense, they're loaded. They got a running back in Brees. They got receivers. They got more than one receivers. They have 3 receivers, 2 ones. You got 2 ones and you got a third. You got a second receiver that's like the third. And Lazard, you got guys. You got a decent offensive line. I know you had injuries, but you drafted a guy. You have a roster that says you should be a dominant team. I mean, Cats had them going to the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, go ahead, smile. Go ahead. I see your smile. Cats had them going to the Super Bowl this year. They were going to win their division hands down, far and away.
Now
the Jets.
I did say they would. Yeah. I did say they would be a playoff team. So
is that what you said? Yeah. That's what you said.
Accountability Monday.
I was there too. Yeah. I'll admit that.
Accountability.
I was buying into the excitement, the hype. Rodgers 2.0 out of the darkness.
I wasn't even attacking y'all. A lot of people were saying that. A lot of people were on that
Super
train.
Bowl, not there.
There were some people saying that this Jets team was heading to the Super Bowl.
Why are you attacking us, VAR?
I'm not.
Damn.
I'm not an angry. I'm not an angry black man. I am not.
You went Irish for a second.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what it was. I think my body's tired. My tongue got tired right there to kind of had a little narcolepsy or something like that.
It's also the Jets have run out of go-tos. It's you know what?
We're going to bring in. We're going to get rid of this coach.
We could use a new coach. All right.
We're going to win. When Woody comes out, we're going to win right now.
We could use a new receiver.
We need a new receiver.
Meanwhile, Mike Williams is catching the game-winning touchdown.
For Steelers.
He just got there.
Damn.